truth do to you? The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you. What will truth do to you?
Hello there, my beautiful and handsome viewers. How are you today? How has your day been? Mine has been beautiful because I have got a beautiful mind. You are welcome to your reality talk show, Beautiful Mind. This is the show that says no to stigmas, discriminations, and any judgmental attitudes. On this show, we talk about issues that are considered as taboo. The people generally do not like to talk about publicly. Our aim is to let them know that they do not need to suffer in silence because help is readily available. Beautiful Mind believes that everyone deserves love and respect, regardless of their past, the disability, illness, color, race, or even sexual orientation. This is an educative and informative show that wants your viewers to see beauty in everybody, regardless of what they are going through. You're welcome on board. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of tea, hot chocolate, water, coffee, soup, whatsoever that makes you feel comfortable. Please sit down and come along with us. I hear some people say where I come from, anytime I am watching or listening to Beautiful Mind, I soak my Gary. Please get on with it and join us today. Remember that you can connect with us on all our social platforms, and we want to hear your views today. Please, I know we've got a lot of guests this afternoon, but please do not leave this show with myself and my guests. I want to hear your views. I want to hear your contribution. And it starts by you sharing this video. So please pick up your device now and help us share this video. Let people know it is time for Beautiful Mind. And guess what? The topic that we are discussing today is so important that you need to share this topic today. You need to share this show. Remember that you can connect with us anytime on all our social media. And the topic is End SARS Now. That is the voice, that is the word that is going on all over the world right now. End SARS Now. This is the change that we want. And we want to discuss this show. So please do not go anywhere because today's show is going to be informative and educative. I'm not going to do this show on my own. So I have got my beautiful Nika with us in the studio today. She will be helping us. Adisa, very popularly known in Manchester. Goke, oh my God, these guys are so loaded. Shegun and Gbolahan. Yes, that is Otimba Gbolahan from BBC. He will be joining us on today's show. So please do not go anywhere because today's show is going to be informative and educative. My name is Adeyinka Adeomi for those of you that are coming across this show for the very first time. And we are live broadcasting from the Peace and Joy and Beam TV, broadcasting and reaching out to all over the world. Yes, I'm going to ask all my guests to introduce themselves just for the benefit of people that are meeting them for the very first time. I'm going to start with the lady because they always say ladies first. So Nika, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and my listeners?
Hi, mine. Thank you, Adeyinka. I don't know. My name is Nikki Badmus. Sorry, my voice might not be loud. I'm not in a good state of mind, but I just have to come out. I'm a mental health practitioner. I'm a student. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a businesswoman. I'm just Nikki. That's all I can say. I'm into the entertainment world and media. That's all I can say. Hi.
Thank you. Adisa, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and my listeners?
Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everywhere you are. My name is Adewumi Adisa. I'm a creative practitioner and also the founder of My Green Gene. an heritage platform where we celebrate anything of Nigerian heritage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goke, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good evening, viewers. My name is Goke Oladesu. I'm originally from Osun State of Nigeria, a passionate Nigerian. I'm a social entrepreneur. I'm a founder of the Active Youth Zone. It's a youth charity here in the UK. I am a professional healthcare trainer, and I work with the NHS England. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Goke, can you please introduce yourself, please?
Shegun.
Shegun, sorry.
My name is Oluwasegun Ayodele Oguyemi. I'm a Nigerian. I will not want to bore you with other things I do, but as time goes on, you all get to know me better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We don't have Mac Job yet. Oh, Mac Job, I'm so excited. You're here. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners? Mac Job, can you hear us? Right, so we are going to start. Once we can see that he's online, we will let him introduce himself. Again, the topic for this afternoon is End SARS. That is the voice, that is the cry of all the Nigerians. And we want to join them in doing this. But we don't want to stop there. We are going further. It is the change that we all want. It is about the change that we all want. You know, the moment you know the truth, you know, the truth is going to set you free. That is what I've been told. That is what I have learned. But the question is, are we ready to hear the truth? I want you to ask yourself that question. Can you handle the truth when you hear the truth? What will you do the truth when you know the truth? Well, today we will be sharing some truth with us this afternoon. And what will you do with the truth when you hear it? You know, the hashtag EndSARS has been trending. Nigerians are protesting against police brutality. Today on Beautiful Mind is a solidarity, you know, for Nigerians home and abroad. So we are dedicating today's show on discussing EndSARS, the protest and the issues around it. We want to know what you and I can do to support this movement. A lot of us are confused. We are thinking, what can we do? But today we are going to be sharing what you and I can do to support this movement. And yes, some people say, well, I don't live in Nigeria. My children will never go back to Nigeria, so I am not bothered. Well, I am here to let us know that it is our concern and you should be bothered. I want to remind us that we are supposed to be our brother's keepers and we should care for one another. And it is our father's land. And that is why we still have to bother. We have families there. We have friends there. We have neighbors there who live in Nigeria. So we need to be bothered. So let us kickstart today's show by asking my viewers and listeners this following question. And I really want you to throw the answer on the chat box, on the comment view, so that we can read it out. As a Nigerian, can you live in the current situation in Nigeria? Can you live in that environment? Please share it with us why you are saying yes or no. I just don't want you to say, no, I can't live in Nigeria. Yes, I can live in Nigeria. We want to know why you're saying no and why you are saying yes. We would love to read your comment. And the second question is, what do you think the problem of Nigeria is? The current situation, what is the problem? And I really want you to suggest with us what this problem is. Again, we want to be able to identify the question and provide solution this afternoon. And the third one is, what will you like us to achieve, you know, at the end of this protest and SARS? What do you want us to achieve? Right. I want to ask Adewumi Adisa, what do you mean? What is EndSARS? I've been saying the flag. You've gone to Muslim to protest. What is EndSARS? Because some people are still confused as to what is SARS. What is SARS?
Thank you so much, my sister. Actually, the literary one for NSAC started with by Shega sometimes ago. SARS was created in 1992 by the Constitution, and it means the Special Anti-Robbery Squad unit of the Nigerian police. Nigerian police has got different arms. We have tailor, we have sports, we have people who are into all kind of trades that secular people also have. But the Special Anti-Corruption was needed at that time in 1992 to combat the area of kidnapping and armed robbery. So it was created out of it, and the purpose then was to tackle armed robbery and other special area of life. Well, as time goes by, you know, the nature of the character of, will I say, black man, which tends to be excessive in when we are given power, and that results to NSAS when this guy created it a few years back. But when he was clamoring to NSAS of the police brutality as at that time, it turns that people did not understand the magnitude of the atrocity committed in the Nigerian population. So now the reawakening now started happening in this present regime, which make people decide to say, when you push somebody to the wall, there's no doubt is going to repel, and that's exactly what we're saying. But to me, SARS means end the brutality of police. I am not clamoring for police salaries. That's their headache. But the brutality is the part which really I think I am in support of. And also the area of police not being given adequate orientation, which is the reformation of their mind, which is something everybody needs on a day-to-day activities. So I think I'll leave that for now. That's my own angle to SARS.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to hear another person that can tell us what is NSAS. You know, Tolis, is that okay for me to call you Tolis Shegun?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Do you have any other suggestion or what you think NSAS is?
Yeah, I just want to make a little correction from what my very good brother here has just said about SARS. Yeah, he was right that SARS was created in 1992. SARS was not created for the sole purpose of curbing criminality. SARS was an offshoot of police brutality. If I can recall vividly, a colonel in the Nigerian army was actually killed in a police checkpoint by the police, and the army went on rampage, killing Nigerian police and trying to vent, that led to policemen leaving the streets of Lagos. And because of that, the then Commissioner of Lagos State decided to form a covert group of 15 men that he named SARS to help comb the street of Lagos, gather intelligence through their sources and their channel to see how they can stop the activities of hoodlums who will want to seize the opportunities of no police on the street. Now, that being said, SARS, to me, I'm a victim of the atrocities, but I would not want to go. I would not want to go there now. I want to talk majorly on the protest right now and what led to the protest. The NSAS protest by the Nigerian youth, as it is now, cut across Nigeria. It's a culmination of the accumulated series of deliberate neglect by successive administrators or administrations, most especially the present regime, that has promised to change every system that is wrong in Nigeria when they asked for our vote in 2015. For 5 years now, we've seen different things happening in our country, and the youth are tired of it, most especially the fact that Nigerian youth cannot go on the streets in styles they've decided to want to go out. A young man who decides he wants to have tattoo of a dragon on his chest, probably because of what he's into. Probably he's an entertainer, probably he's an actor, probably he's just a young man who feels that I want to have tattoo on my skin. And the policeman sees him and terms him a Yahoo or whatever they want to call him. And as a country, as a people, as a police force, it is your duty, if you suspect or you see somebody that has anything you can pin to criminality, to actually take the person through the process of going through the court, accusing the person, taking the person to court, and actually allowing the court to do their job. It is not within your right to actually start beating Nigerian youth or actually killing them. So the quest for the end of SARS by Nigerian youth is because of the continued extrajudicial killing and brutalization of Nigerians, most especially the youth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love the part when you said the youth, because some people are of the opinion that some people are behind NSAS. Nikki Badmus, can you please share with us this afternoon, who do you think are behind NSAS?
Sorry for the way I might come across. I've just lost some very, very important people in this NSAS business. And the people I think are behind the NSAS are the youths. They just woke up. It's like you've pushed someone to the wall, and the person decides that, you know what, this is rubbish. I can't take this no more. There is no godfatherism with the way the NSAS protest came about. It's just the youth just feels that I can't travel to other country. I don't have opportunity to go to other country. I am a statistician. I can't work in federal office of statistics. The only option I've got is to sell water in a corporate way, or to do something, or to be a business person. Meanwhile, I just want to be, so I want to practice what I've studied in school. It's the youth, it's the likes of me and you. They are tired, waiting be the thing. What is the matter? Just end SARS. That is the quest for the beginning of something to come. Go and look at quotations from the likes of Awolowo. Go and look at quotations from the likes of Mandela, Martin Luther King, all those people. Go and look at that quotation. Go and listen to Fela. Because if I say I should start, for me to get to this stage where I'm appearing now, I have to really psych myself and bring myself out of that mood. Because if I want to respond, I'll respond in a very, very bad and terrible way. Because it is he that wears the shoes that knows where it hurts. I'm a mother. I don't know how some mothers feel, but this is me. This is how I feel. And it shouldn't get to this level. It's the youths that are right behind this NSAS. It's not no godfather anywhere. They are just tired. I mean, I am tired. Someone asked me, but Nikki, what's your problem? your family is here, and and you have your citizenship. I was upset for that statement alone.
Yeah.
Why would you tell me that? Those people that are dying, are they not somebody's children? So it's the youth.
Exactly.
Let's just, it's the youth.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nikki. You know, I love the fact that you mentioned that somebody actually said to you, why are you feeling this way? You have your family here. You are drug citizen. You don't need to be bothered about what is going on back home in Africa. I love something that Yemi Odulari said. Thank you very much, Ma, for joining us this afternoon. She said, my family want to settle back in Nigeria. Nigeria is our heritage. Thank you very much. And she went further to say, end SARS. And that is what we are doing this. Please, Ma, help us share this video. Thank you, Justina, for joining us. Thank you, Busi Awo Soya. Thank you very much for joining us. If I'm not mentioning your name, that's because you've not said anything. You've not told us where you're watching from. And please help us share this video, because what we will be discussing today is not just about showing our emotions, how we are feeling, but we all want change, and we're going to discuss about that change this afternoon. And that is why it is really, really important for you to help us share this video. Thank you very much. Goke, what do you think that they want to achieve at the end of this protest? The youth, we've been saying the youth are behind it. They don't have any godfather anywhere. What do they want to achieve at the end of this protest?
Thank you very much. These youths are I'll call them a generation of digital army. They can see more than we have seen, even at their age. They are so long-sighted to an extent that what we have suffered in the past and what we have not seen coming, they have already seen. And it's a good time that this is actually happening. But it's just unfortunate that hoodlums hijacked the protests, and the reverse is the case here. And yeah, without going into that anyway, what they want to achieve is they want to achieve the end to police brutality. They want to achieve end to bad governance. They want to achieve employment after graduation. They want to achieve good roads, good basic amenities. They want to achieve good health services. They want to achieve good education services. And that is it. That is not too much for them to ask for. They want a bright future. These guys are sophisticated. A lot of them are educated, especially the peaceful protesters. They know what they want, and they know what their counterparts outside the shore of Nigeria have, and they know how well equipped they are themselves. And seeing the fact that they are so tied and tied, so laid back, so malhandled, so backward in the manner at which the government operates. I mean, these guys can make heavens happen on earth, but the potentials have just been wasted. And this is why they want a change. They want a positive change. They want a renewed nation as a country, Nigeria. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Adewumi Adisa, do you think the government is listening to them with the way and the manners, they are going?
Oh, thank you so much for this question. I think I was sharing with someone last night, and one of the things I learned from this NSAS project is that communications is power, especially when you are in a relationship. The government of Nigeria is in a relationship with the citizen. And one thing is that if you have a wife at home and you don't communicate, there will be breach in your relationship. And that's exactly what I think is one of the key process that escalates this process, SARS process. And again, I watched a video this afternoon on Arise TV, and it was featured army and police in different states of the country. They were in harmony with the protester. A policeman who was calming people down and was telling them what they are doing and trying to separate hoodlums from genuine protester. Now, I wish our president had made a national broadcast, probably a live one, before now. I mean, if your children are misbehaving, all you need to do is to communicate with them and tell them that, reassure them. But in the process, the people are shouting, clamoring for end SARS brutality, end police brutality. And in the process, before last night, there has not been assurance that this is going to be taken into account, because if you want me to believe you, you need to show me a step in the right direction. And that step is to reorientate your policemen. Before now, somebody was killed in Ogbomoso, another person was killed in a different part of the country. Now, that means there's still elements of brutality in the force, which made the NSAS protests continue up till last night. And last night, last night would have been an opportunity for the government to redeem the lost image. I'm into communication and PR. I understand when there's a crisis, the way you manage crisis really matters. And that is one thing that is lacking in, when I say black nations, we have this tendency, if I'm your boss, because of my post, my security, I tend to look down on you. It happens recently on Fani Kayode, when he was being questioned by press. I mean, it's a question. And if you cannot answer it, it's either you dodge it or you keep quiet. You don't show your strength. So the difference between a policeman and an ordinary citizen who doesn't have a gun is the gun. If a boss try to threaten the staff, or a lecturer try to pass a student because for sex, because of mark, or try to do something like that. I mean, there's so much like that in our society, which tends to.
I don't hear this, sir. Thank you for everything that you're saying. I'm just trying to read out what Aki is saying. Aki is saying you should answer the question. Do you think that the government is listening to them? Toles, can you please come in here, please?
Yeah, I think if I've said something
the question is quite straightforward. To me, I don't think, given what has transpired yesterday and today, I don't think we even have a government, not talk about a government listening to the people. Because we are in the UK now, we know how the government operates. It's about the people. You don't have a government without the people. And looking at the situation where we say we are practicing democracy, what is democracy in the first place? It's the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So if the people are questioning for a reformation and saying answers, then you should come out and speak to the people. You should be able to tell the people, okay, what are your demands? Give us so and so time. We'll meet up to your demands. But in a situation whereby the government is not talking to anybody, then how could we say that they are listening? You cannot listen. You cannot listen to something without responding to it. You can't build nothing on something, and you can't build something. You can't build something on nothing, rather. So, to me, the government are not actually listening to the people, and to me, there's no government anywhere in Nigeria right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Nikki. What do you, as a mother, I heard you talk about being a mother and how upset you are about everything that is going on right now in Nigeria. What can the youth do better?
What can the youths do better? Right now, as it is, with all the accumulated frustration and pains and bitterness, if I hear anybody fault the youths that were protesting quietly, I'm going to have problems with the people, with the person, because I'm already having problems with lots of people. I'm already seeing people in their real self. I'm already seeing some people that think they are mothers in their real self. Someone is frustrated, someone is bitter, someone is in pain, and you want to control the way the person is reacting. The youths are reacting according to the way they feel. Right now, that is the way they feel. I'm talking about the people that started the protest before some people go and off the light, remove CCTV, and do all sorts, right? There is no better way for them to react. You can fault me for all I care. But one thing I can tell you is that we don't have a government that wants to communicate. We don't have a relationship. So there is no communication. So this is the best way the youth can react. They weren't killing people. They weren't violating nothing. They weren't destroying anything. They were just protesting. Please, how else can they react? You reacting by protesting peacefully. No, can somebody please tell me how these youths would have reacted better when you're in pain, frustration? Please, I'm not only talking as a mother, I'm talking as a human being. That blood runs through my vein. I'm talking as someone that is frustrated And how these people are reacting, I am in support of it 1,000,001 times. I'm talking about people that, let's leave sentiments. If you're with your husband at home and he's not communicating with you, and the pastor has said this, the imam has said that, your mother has preached Genesis to Revelation, and the guy is not responding positively, there's no communication, he's just lording over you. Please, how will you react? Or the other way around, your wife is lording over you. How would you react? Someone is not talking to you till now. The government has not said anything. As in, the president himself has not said anything. And somebody wants to fault these beautiful children of mine. No, I'm a new problem. So I'm begging in advance now, in this meeting, this beautiful one, nobody should please try and tell me they should have done this and done Konidao. Thank you.
I believe, was that Goki that was laughing?
Yeah.
Have you got anything to add to that?
Nikki has said it right. Our generation is the generation of off your mic. And I'm glad, like I said from the beginning, I'm glad that the generation of Sorosuke are actually voicing out now and speaking up. Really, I'm impressed with what Nikki have said so far. And it's just a fact. These people are digital army, like I said. They are in the age of information technology. They want to listen, they want to watch, they want to hear, they want to view, they want to. These kids of nowadays, they're not like us that are gentle, that are laid back, that are calm and comfortable at our own zero zones. These people want to be heard and they want to listen to you. They want to hear from you. I mean, I watched a pastor who said it takes the president of Nigeria nothing to come out and say, my children, please, I know we have offended you. Please forgive us. We have heard you. We have heard all you have said, and we're gonna do this in 2 months. We're gonna do this in 6 months. We're gonna do this. To God, if the president or the vice president have come out to say that openly, by me calling them my children or my grandchildren, they are their grandchildren anyway. You refer to them as my grandchildren. That is giving them that sense of belonging. So that sense of responsibility, attaching them to himself as their children, which we all know they are anyway. They are my children because Nigeria is a place where you give respect and accolade to somebody who is older than you, even if you are not blood related. But I mean, it takes the government nothing to say it. It's just a matter of saying. I mean, what we have been going through as our generation, the generation of your mic, which we belong to, they have shut our mouth, they have kept us all shut up till now. And I'm really happy that the people that can voice out, the people that are ready to talk are here now. And if the government continues the way they have treated us in the past 60 years, especially this current regime, which style is just keeping mute and just watching until everything goes the other way. I think it's a good time. It's a good time for the change. These guys have come up, and I think it's just a good time. It's unfortunate that killings are happening, bloods are being shed here and there, but that is just expected to happen anyway. We don't expect less. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I know you said that, out of, because some people might take offense in that. It doesn't mean it, when there is war, we might expect that something like this will happen. I don't think you mean it casually.
No, like it's normal. It's normal. If you allow me to talk, during our own time, we fought with soldiers. During our own, when we protested, we fought with soldiers. We fought with Godo. So this is nothing to me as far as I'm concerned. They never see anything as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much, Akila. Aki is saying, Madam Nikki, God bless you immensely. Thank you very much, Aki. I think you need to get young people on the show to speak their mind. Maybe then people will understand the gravity of what has happened. Thank you very much, Aki. Aki is saying we need more younger people on this team. Yeah. Wow, I think we are all young. But the next one we will try to get younger. And you can pop in as well, Aki, if you have anything to say, we can just let you up and that. You know, I know that we've been talking about the problems, but I don't really like to deal with problems on the surface. I like to deal with problems, you know, from the root. So who are these people? We've been saying NSAS, but who are the people when we end SARS? Who are the people that will be recruited to the new organization to replace SARS? You know, Nigerians. And these are the things that some people have said about Nigerians, that some people have said that SARS is a reflection of who we are, all of us put together, wicked and uncivilized. Let me read to you some, you know, how some people describe some categories of wickedness in Nigeria, that those that are selling unadulterated goods, those are the Nigerians that are fighting outside there, that are saying NSAS. Those giving and collecting bribes to oppress the poor and, you know, pervert justice, those are the Nigerians that are fighting now. Those ailing politicians and collecting money from them, those are the people that are saying NSAS. Those engaging in internet fraud and rituals, those spreading fake news to discredit a process that doesn't favor them, those sleeping with the students for marks, those maltreating their house elves and drivers, those abusing their wives and children, those sleeping with young people and other people's wives, those exploiting people in the name of religion. And these are the category where the pastors, you know, come in. The greedy and the envious person who are lavishing money, you know, that they do not work for. These are the people that are fighting, that are saying NSAS. Those who promote, you know, anarchy for political and religious gains, those who will not rebook or report glaring cases of abuse and corruption. When they see corruption that is glaring, that is so clear, they will not report it. During today's show, I will want to encourage no name callings. You know, I've said a lot of things. This discussion should be to focus on problem solving. Let us focus, you know, let our focus be on what we need to do, what is needed. You know, no blaming. We have done enough pointing of fingers. Today's show, I want us to talk about change, because we believe that change is needed. And the area that I know that a lot of people are saying that change is needed is love of money. That every Nigerian, you ask a 2-year-old child, they will tell you, I need you to describe the next street, or, you know, just tell me how to get to a particular place. They'll tell me, please drop something before I can show you the direction. How can we do? What can we do? When you mention Nigerian in some places, the next thing they will tell you, oh, they're 419s. How can we eradicate all these? They are so greedy. That is what something will say. Corruption is everywhere. Ending SARS is not just the solution to Nigerian problem. Somebody said the problem, the solution to Nigerian problem is that we need to rehabilitate our mentality. I want you to help us. Nigerians need mental rehabilitation. How can they do that? Please, I really need, because Nikki, you work in the mental health world. How can Nigerians, everybody fighting now, how can we rehabilitate our mind? They said Nigerians, we need mental rehabilitation. How can that be achieved? Even during this, because we need change.
Oh, okay. 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 This network is not so good. I can't really catch your question, but I think your question is about how can we change our mentality. You've said it all. It's all about, let's be realistic with one another. Change is something that everybody is scared of, because when it comes, it will affect some things that you love so much. Now, being a mental health practitioner, it all boils down to the fact that we have to change our mentality. Now, let me give you a typical example. I belong to the group of statisticians in University of Ilorin, and we have a group. I was in a group. I'm using was because of this NSAS protest. I was shocked to see PhD holder in my group that we read statistics together that went forward to get themselves educated in that group, and they were against this NSAS without a genuine reason. I left the group and they added me again. I made a statement. I said, I don't want to be with people that are myopic minded. I don't want to be with selfish people. I don't want to be with people that are not compassionate, that don't even have empathy. Then they told me, 2 of those people attacking you, madam, they are in the government. And I told them, remove me before I burn this group. Like, I'm not physically going to burn it. They know me very well now. By the time I finish using my mouth, they will just take me out. And because I respect that group and I left, they still brought me back. When I said that, somebody else said, we are talking to Nikki. Take her away from this group and go and form a different group. Because this is not only Nikki, but a mother. Are you understanding me? It's a matter of our mentality. We can start the change from now. Mothers at home can start the change from home. When your son is wrong or your daughter is wrong, correct that daughter.
That's it.
If that daughter is abroad and the daughter feels tell that daughter to keep the food. You are wrong. SAS is everywhere. And that you see that person describing all those SAS that they're describing. That person, as that person changed, go. We have a way of we have to, you see our mental state, we have to sort it out first. Rehabilitation, Lubade.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Collis, somebody also mentioned that we need good community orientation. How do you think we can achieve that, with all this going on?
One of the greatest problems of our society called Nigeria is the fact that we have neglected the credo. We have failed to appreciate the fact that a house cannot be called a house because there is a roof standing somewhere. You must look at the foundation. We've failed to actually imbibe true patriotism in our youth. We are in the UK today. You see every young child. She will tell you you're right or he's right if you're doing anything that he or she feels is wrong. They will tell you they believe in whatever they believe in because that's what they believe in. Our system has put too much on the elders, thereby neglecting the youth. You see, what we should be thinking about is how we can reintroduce value reorientation, how we can start telling the leaders of tomorrow, who are truly the youth, the meaning of the words in our national anthem, the meaning of the word in our pledge, in our national pledge. We should be thinking about sensitization of the youth. We should be thinking about conscientization of the youth. Because if your conscience is biased, nothing good can come out of your thought process. If you don't actually understand what it takes to be a citizen of a country, then how can you be productive in that country? So what I think we should do is to start from the cradle, start letting the generations that will lead the future to understand their rights, to understand what they should do, to know that you cannot have a nation without you being productive, positively contributing to the society. And now when I mean positively contributing to society is that, okay, look at the policeman now in Nigeria that is being ordered to go and shoot a protester. If that policeman that is being ordered to, or the army that is being ordered to go and shoot a peaceful protester, is actually well orientated or is conscientized, he will rather resign than going there to shoot the protester. So if he has gotten that orientation from the credo that you don't have to shoot a person to make your point known, then he won't be doing it. It's all about the youth now. It's all about telling them that these are the things that makes you a good citizen of this country. Nigeria, as it is right now, even if I don't believe in it, is our home. You need to be constructively productive, you need to understand the fundamentals that makes you a citizen of the country. Without that, nothing we do, nothing we say will bring about a better future for our country.
Baba Young, Ashe Mota. Thank you, Olubumi Olayide. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Please help us share this video, because what we are discussing this evening is something that a lot of us are really, really passionate about. We want end to SARS, and we want a new change. We want a new Nigeria. And I believe a new Nigeria is being born. And that is why we are doing this show. So please help us share this video if you haven't. You know, somebody once talked about the great fella, you know, that sang the song that I'm about to talk about. You know, the Nigerians, we are good at suffering and smiling. Mr. Adisa, can you help us? Somebody said we have to put an end to religion, because these are the kind of people that are making Nigerians to be where we are now. And he said these big salaries to the senators, those things has to put, and you know, and has to come to them as well. What have we got to say about these things?
Oh, thank you, sister. As regard the religion, I studied countries who have been great through the way they approach their religions, and I found out that it seems like African has got an attachment from the colonial master to embrace religion as part of their way of life. But according to, as time goes by, they saturate into the system, and with the Nigerian way, it has been mixed with the society where we are, where we mix, we make everything bad. If you understand what I'm trying to say, look at China. China knew that religion is not going to make them great, and corruption also. They banished those two things there, and in few years after that, things start escalating. Another country that has done that also in terms of religion in Africa is Rwanda. Religion was also banned in Rwanda. I think there's a kind of a discipline where there's restriction in religion. Somehow I didn't get that phrase very well. That was done in Rwanda. And if you look at it now, everybody is saying Rwanda is the new image of Africa, or whatever, or the new Silicon Valley, or whatever. It's growing at a very high rate. The same thing applies to the United Kingdom, where we are. Despite the fact that we go to, we have our beliefs, like in churches and in our mosques, we don't carry it on our head to our workplace. Somebody will come late to work, and they will be giving excuses of prayer, of pastor or primary, or somebody who has an issue with the husband will be giving excuses of churches and stuff like that. And also our political, our spiritual fathers are now political fathers. When anybody wants to contest election or wherever, it tends to seek solace in big parishes, so that the members will be a potential stop. And even after that, you see some utterances coming from religious leaders, either from the Muslim or from the Christian, backing up. So definitely, I think we need a national orientation entirely, so that we know our value as a citizen of Nigeria. That if we embrace a patriotism as part of our watchword, and we know, if I'm a policeman, my duty is to keep the lives and property safe. And whoever met a policeman somewhere or wherever sees a policeman as somebody protecting me, not somebody that is ready to harm me. It's about orientation. The policeman sees himself as being given power over a powerless man, and he wants to use that opportunity to extort him. I think on one radio recently, a police lady called into the radio station and was saying how people bribe their way to be part of SARS. That's in, they bribe their way to, because they believe that people who join SARS within the police force get rich almost immediately. It's just like politicians who feels that I'm supposed to serve people and get money, make more money from it. But the reverse is the case. They are supposed to serve, but people are the ones serving them. I also made reference to the celebrities. I saw some videos on musical videos. A policeman with a rifle guiding this musician right in the video.
All right. Thank you very much, Adeomi Adisa. We've got a caller on the phone now that want to contribute. Caller, what's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Southeast London.
Okay, so what have you got to say to us this afternoon, please?
Yeah, am I live on the show right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, my name is Ladi Egbegbe. I'm calling from Southeast London. I'm a journalist, and I think it's high time a lot of people say so much about what's going on in our country, Nigeria. If we're talking about corruption, it's just like I speak of the eyes, but we shouldn't be talking about corruption like that because the problem of Nigeria goes beyond corruption, my sister. It goes beyond corruption. I think what is happening in that country right now is something like you can call like a genocide, because if you look at the rate, I think so many people have lost their lives for the past 2-3 days. It's actually scary. And the person whom a lot of people feel is the president of that country is there to come out and make a statement. And I keep telling people, how come the president of Nigeria to make a statement after so many youth have died already? It shows that even we are not sure that it is Buhari, that it is government in Nigeria. When Kalu, the guy that is during the course of Biafra, made that statement a couple of months ago. Some people are saying he's trying to disintegrate the country, but it's obvious that Buhari is not the person in power right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to cut you there because we have some ground rules. I believe you're a journalist, and on this show this afternoon, we are not mentioning any names because we don't want to keep pointing fingers. We just want solution, and that is what we are discussing this afternoon.
My dear sister, number one solution for me is that they must review that constitution.
Okay.
That constitution can't work. That constitution must be reviewed. And I believe it's I can probably go back to regional system of government. If you can't live together as a nation, let's go back to, let's break up. But I don't really want us to break up because I love that in Nigeria. I'm not Nigerian, I'm not Yoruba man. You understand? Okay. But it's obvious that there are some people that don't really want that country to start as one. And if they don't want us to be as one, they let us go.
Thank you.
Instead of all this violence like happening everywhere.
Thank
we can settle this thing amicably without resorting to violence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your point is very, very taken. I know you are very passionate and you're really, really upset. And you want the constitution to be reviewed and to be redone, which I believe they would do. The senators, yeah, exactly. That's part of what we are saying. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I didn't quite get your name. Yes, we've got somebody that have joined us. Aki Yele, what's his name now? Can you please introduce yourself and let us know what your contribution is?
My name is Akinyele Shoyoye. Actually, as a Nigerian myself, it's so painful what has been happening in my country, and I'm not just talking from the safety of being here in the United Kingdom, because as far things were in Nigeria, I shouldn't have been here in the first place, because I've actually had more than 3 encounters with the SARS operatives back home in Nigeria. Like during my NYSC days, that is National Youth Service Corps, when I was serving my country in Makodi in Benue State. Members of the SARS operatives came to my neighborhood and started arresting everyone, shooting sporadically, and they actually placed a gun on my head, telling me I should move into they actually bought, what we call Danfo in Lagos, white. So it was white painted around 9 p.m. So I was like, why are you arresting me? They said, what guts do I have to be questioning them? And they cocked the gun, placed it on my head, told me that I should move or they would shoot me. So at that moment, I knew that if I'd been shot, nothing will happen. Nobody will care about me. Like I would just be another case, another number on the book of the record of SARS operative. But I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm taking my stand there and there. So a lot of the indigents were arrested, but I stood my ground. I told them I'm an NYC serving member, and I served in immigration command and everything. I had to talk my way out of it because, as you can see, the distance between Benue and Makodi from my hometown in Abeokuta is more than 23 hours journey. So nobody would know I was missing and everything. So that aside, being a youth in Nigeria, a young man, a young lady, is more or less having like a death sentence because at any moment in time you can be arrested, you can be jailed without committing any crime just because of the way you look, the car you drive, the phone you use. So I don't actually know that kind of backward mentality we have. Like, this is 2020. Now, I could be working as a graphics designer. I could be like maybe a Bitcoin miner, which I need to use my PC, my laptop, my Android gadget, or my iPhone all the time. That doesn't make me a Yahoo boy. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people have lost their lives unnecessarily in a country that's supposed to be governed by the rule of law, democracy, which obviously it isn't. So, and also based on what happened yesterday at Lekki Toll Gate, it's obvious that it was planned, it was orchestrated because I had like
Very
a
correct.
sister on ground at the toll gate who told us that they were removing the cameras during the day. So I was like, something was about to go down if they were removing the CCTV. But thank God for mobile phones, internet, and cameras. They could remove the CCTV of the toll gate, but they can't remove the camera of the mobile phones of the protesters. So the army headquarters coming out today saying it is fake news that the soldiers were never there. You can all see that it is total lie. So by the time we are ready as a nation to move forward in this day and age to embrace the power of tomorrow, which is the youth, to me, that is when I believe it's time for us to move on. But right now, I'm so sorry, and sometimes I do feel sad and I do regret that I'm a Nigerian because of what I've gone through and because of what other citizens of other countries, how they look at
Thank you.
me when I
Thank
say I'm
you.
a Nigerian. So that's my take.
Thank you. Aki Ola, we listened to you. You said you wanted a youth on the platform, and a youth contacted us, and we got him on the show. I hope you're happy. Thank you very much, Akinyele. I do really appreciate what you've just said. We've been talking about these things. We need to change our orientation. You know, Nigeria, our mentor. You know, we need to oh, we've got somebody giving us a call now. Hello. Hello, good evening. What is your name and where are you calling from, please? Good evening. Do you have a question for all the guests or you have a contribution?
First of all, Mr. Tollett, I've spoken my mind. My name is Baba Young. Anyways, I was the one who actually commented saying he spoke my mind.
All right.
And I had to leave work because I couldn't sleep at work. I couldn't do anything. I spoke to my manager about it. I said, you know what, I just need to go home because I'm terrified. As I'm speaking to you right now, because I've been crying, I've been trying to because I'm just helpless. I can't help anyone right there. My questions for the Nigerian military is: are your pledges, is it for the president, or is it for your generals, or your pledges are to be for the Nigerian citizens? Because that is what I don't know. Because if you go to America, if you come to England, if you go anywhere, the military people are being sworn to serve the people, not the politicians. But Nigerian cases are different. You see, whereby people don't even care if. I don't know. I can't even imagine myself going to the battlefield shooting my own brothers and sisters. These people don't have conscience. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and at the end of the day, talking about the SARS people, listen, I'm from Benin City.
Okay.
There is no smoke without fire.
Mm.
There is no smoke without fire. All those things are coming now. I don't want to mention it because of your program and everything. Yeah. Saying they don't die. Listen, there is no policeman that don't give an account every month to the people at the top. Are you getting me? Yeah. I was personally told, because every time I go to Nigeria every year, you know, before I go to Nigeria, I have to make sure there is nothing on my phone, even to the ending, I was arrested because he was having an Halloween party mask on his phone. The Nigerian police officer telling you you cannot have this mask on your phone, but this is just an Halloween party, and he was meant to pay 50,000 naira in exhaustion. Wow. It is really wrong. It is wrong. I have never said things like this in my life. I am a man. I have never seen people kill for nothing. Nothing. People don't have conscience. God will judge them.
Amen.
God.
Thank you. Thank you very much, George. Thank you very much, Young. And you know, I love you giving example what you've been through in the hands of Nigerian policemen. Thank you very much for that. I believe they're going to come across this video, because once you share this video, this video will get to the right people. And again, change is happening. Change has started happening. So please don't let us remain where we were yesterday. Things is happening. Akiola, thank you very much for joining us. Have you got... Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Young. Aki, what have you got to say this afternoon?
Well, I've been listening to everything you said. First things first is I'm very disappointed with the kind of government we have. I am aggrieved. I am angry. I am fuming. I've watched the kind of atrocity and the monstrosity of the things that has been going on in the past couple of days. I mean, words cannot explain the way I feel right now. And what's even more annoying to me is the government is coming out here to deny what has happened, despite the fact that we have video evidence, we have everything. They tried to take away the CCTV cameras, they turned off the lights. Obviously, they knew what they were doing. This was pre-planned, this was premeditated. They went there with the intention to kill people's children. They went there with the intention to cause havoc, to cause mayhem, going after unharmed civilians. People sat down and they were singing the Nigerian anthem, armed with only their voices and the Nigerian flag, and the government thought it was okay to unleash bullets at them. That is the kind of government we live in. That is the kind of government Nigeria has. I mean, this is way beyond NSAS. Like I said earlier, that it's gone beyond just disbanding a rogue police unit. SARS itself is a physical representation of the Nigerian state, a failed state, a state where anything can go, a state where justice cannot be served. We cannot seek justice. There are people who have been victims of this same rogue police unit, or even let's even forget about the police unit, victims of this of circumstances, with the victims of being a Nigerian. I'll put it that way. Victims of being a Nigerian, and for decades they haven't even they've not had justice. That's the kind of country Nigeria is right now. I'm so angry. I have friends who were on the front line of this protest. I mean, it could have easily been anyone. It could have easily been me. I keep telling people that if not for the fact that I'm residing, I'm living here in the UK, honestly, I know myself, I will be on the front line. Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. Okay. And they have the guts, they have the audacity to deny. In fact, I'm so upset. I'm so angry.
Thank you. I know you're upset. Everybody is upset. Thank you very much. But we've been highlighting the problems. Again, we've been talking about the problems. We want to hear about the solution. Nigerians, somebody said Nigerians can and will behave on law enforcement. When we have law, the Nigerians will behave. Do you think that is the solution? Now I want to hear from us. Right, Toles, what do you think? Do you think that is the solution? That is the way forward? We want to talk about the way forward now.
Well, to be candid with you, yeah, you cannot solve what you do not identify. For you to be able to solve a problem, you must know the problem. Now, when I mean know the problem, you must know the problem in its entirety. You must have an holistic understanding of what the problem actually is before you now start talking about solution. Now, we are talking about SARS and SARS. That is SARS actually the problem? That's one question that we need to ask ourselves. To me, as a person, I don't see SARS as the problem. SARS is just an acronym used for a department in a very corrupt system. So when we are talking about a solution to what has snowballed into the NSAS crusade that we are seeing today, then we need to start talking about the brutal system we have in place. You look at the police system, look at the armed forces altogether. This is the army, the air force, the navy. You look at the immigration. I've seen immigration officers beating up citizens. I've seen traffic warders, the one they call yellow fever, slapping Nigerians. I've seen road safety officials beating Nigerians. Even recently, just yesterday here, I have a video on my phone of a man who happens to be one of the top private security experts in Nigeria, bringing guns and shooting at protesters. So when we are talking about solution, what actually are we looking for solution for? Is it SARS that is just like an atom among all the ills we have in Nigeria? We have to talking about a solution to ending SARS is like holding the bull by the tail. We actually need to look at the real issue of Nigeria. And what is the problem with Nigeria? Lack of patriotism, lack of empathy, slavery mentality, master-servant relationship, people who makes the law that are above the law. We need to ask ourselves, is the law made for man or man made for the law? We need to ask ourselves these pertinent questions, because without all those questions, we can't actually get a solution.
No,
you are telling me to build a church. You are telling me to build a church where an imam is going to preach. What is he going to preach about? Christ?
You're not
when he doesn't know anything about Christ.
You're not getting
so
it.
let's look at the pertinent issues. Let's look at the pertinent issues that actually need to be addressed before we now start talking about solution. Because I can't actually provide a solution for a problem that I've not actually holistically identified.
Yes, you have a point there. You have a
I don't know.
point
I don't
there.
know if you get my point.
You have a point there.
Thank you very much.
You have a point there.
Thank you very much. I can hear Nikki saying something in background there. You know, Tolles mentioned one of the key things I wrote down here as the problem of Nigeria. And one of the first thing I wrote down is the blame game mindset. You know, we're always blaming people. If you ask some people now, what is the problem in Nigeria, in Africa, they will tell you is this colonization and slavery. That is the problem. How can we change this mindset, Nikki?
See, let me because I come to realize a lot of things. I don't mean to be like I don't want to do it like a man-woman thing. But let me tell you something. Now, SARS is everywhere. Now, there is an adage in Yoruba that when you want to eat bean cake, you start from the small place. We have a very massive picture in front of us. But when we want to bring change, we start from the roots. See, the problem we have right now is what brought about this SARS is the fact that the youths are tired of being brutalized by SARS.
Thank you.
We have a massive problem that is the government. But before we get there, every woman wants to solve a problem will start from the little one and go up. They will not go and climb the tree from the top. We know the system is corrupt. We know the government is a problem. We know, me and you know. But how have we been bringing in this change from the little ones? That's where the problem is. We go. We are the problem of the problem. When you want you know the government is the problem. Do you want to go and fight the government now and tell them you are the problem? It is from this SARS. We know that this SARS is one problem. The youths are tired of being brutalized. The youths are tired of being slapped, of being told what is in your phone, what is in your this, being rubbish. So telling me that SARS is not, no, you see that SARS gone. When we start from that SARS, we will start moving up like that, until we get to the government. Now, because they know that the youths are united, that they are protesting, they don't want a leader, they want to do everything themselves. You want to talk to us, talk to all of us. Don't go and take one person. Can you bring out a broom and break the broom together? No way. But if you remove one, you will break it conveniently. Everybody, whether you take it or not, has a tendency of being selfish when they are all by themselves. But when they are together and they listen to one another, for the first time, the youths in Nigeria, they came together, understood one another, and know that this SARS is a massive problem. They will start from the SARS and walk up. Let's stop this idea of we have a bigger problem. To me, when someone comes up to me and say, no, it's not this, because for the past 4 days, me and lots of people, we've had quarrels, but I am not fighting them. The only thing is that I'm blocking them away from my life, because I'd rather have the youths and come and talk to me and we start from the scratch and go up there than one Agbalagba come and tell me our government is the problem that we have. Who are the governments? Is it me that voted that man in? No, who are the government? Who is even running this country that we know right now? Because up till now, the president has not said a thing. Someone said, if you have said my children, honestly, even if you have not given birth biologically to a child and you call the child your child, that child has a sense of belonging. That child will calm down. Mothers know what I'm talking about. When they want to discipline their children, darling, you've been like, only that, darling, the way we do things, is so different. So let's leave this idea of is one that SARS go. Oh, you can't be related to SARS. If it's SARS, go is the very place.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nikki. Mommy Sheung Dipolu say thank you, Nikki Badmus, for what you have said. I believe she enjoyed your contribution. Thank you, Ma, for joining us this afternoon. Please help us share this video if you haven't, because I believe we have great guests this evening that they have been helping us on this matter of change, because I see this beyond end SARS. SARS is going to end. In fact, according to the government, they have end SARS because they've changed it. They've changed the name. So if they keep hearing us saying SARS, they will tell us, but we've done that. We've ended it. So why are we still talking about that? And you talked about having somebody being our representative. Again, that is one of the things that the government are saying, that we need somebody coming on our behalf, because we need a leader, which I can understand where they are coming from, because when you're doing something and you don't have somebody, going for a dialogue, and that is why I said this afternoon we are having a conversation. When you want a solution, you just don't focus on the problem, but you talk about you identify the problem and suggest solutions for it, and we'll be able to move forward. Right. And okay, another problem that I've been able to identify is the very low expectations from Nigerians, from a lot of us in Nigeria. Some people just don't see any problem in lack of power. Basic amenities, they don't believe there's any problem in that. What have you got to say to that, Goke?
Yes, thank you very much. Nigerians are the most set of resilient and enduring set of people on earth. We endure a lot, and we permit me to say this in Yoruba. Among Bakam, just Bakam, and just leave it like that. So that's what God, because we've been brainwashed religiously. Permit me to go back to that religious thing. We've been brainwashed religiously that anything that happens has been ordained by God, and God knows why it's happening. So we attribute every negative thing to the fact that God is there before us and He knows it already. So if God didn't want it to happen, it wouldn't have happened. So blackout in Nigeria, God knows about it. Corruption in Nigeria, God knows about it. Tribalism in Nigeria, God knows about it. So we get, and once you want to open a eyebrow to somebody who is more elderly, not to talk more of somebody who is in the political hierarchy, then you are disrespectful. You get it? So we have been so brainwashed, so bamboozled, so bastardized with that mentality of we just have to cope with it. You see, and this generation of the guys we have now, they are saying they don't want it no more. These digital armies don't want it no more. We have endured. If Nigeria was good, I wouldn't be here in the United Kingdom, for crying out loud. I won't be here. Now we have all spoken because we are passionate, because we love our country, Nigeria. That's why we are all here on this platform tonight. And a lot more of us are here out there listening, and even at their workplaces. Everybody wants to go back home. I want to take my children back home because I love Nigeria. But there's no light, there's no good road, there's no there's no potable water, there's no security. See, the issue of NSAS, like Nikki said, is just an eye opener. It's like having a big book and opening pages. This is just the page one. It's just the page one out of about 200 pages. You see, Nigeria was built on fraud. Nigeria was put together, was amalgamated in 1914 on the platform of fraud. Don't let me go there now. Maybe you will ask me this question with regards to that later. Don't let me deviate from your question, Nika. So blackout, Nigeria used to it. That is why I can have my own solar. That is why I can have I pass my neighbor with my own bigger generator. I have my Meccano. You have your Igbo China-made generator. Nigerians are just enjoying. They just have it as it is and let us live by it. Live and let live. Nigerians are so lovely people. Lovely people. Quote me. And that is why we are still existing today, because Nigeria is not united. To be factual, this protest will show you that all of us are here Southerners. Imagine two Northerners in this platform, in this just this meeting of tonight. Imagine two Northerners amongst us. We'll be saying different things entirely. I've lived in the North and I've lived in the South before I came to the United Kingdom. I know what I'm talking about. An average Northerner will not sit down here with us talking about bad leadership under a Fulani man. So Nigeria is not united and it will not be united. Let's leave it. Nigeria's solution is constitutional review and restructuring. Let every state manage themselves and let Abuja or wherever is going to be the federal capital seat, the seat of capital, be a confederate. A figurehead controller, while all confederate states manage their own things. You can imagine the oil from Niger, the oil from River State, from Bayelsa State, and the rest of the oil producing states belongs to the entire Nigeria. But the gold from Zamfara belongs to Zamfara State alone. I mean, what is that? So Nigeria is not one and we cannot be one. Let's continue to deceive ourselves. The peaceful protest is held in the South. The few Northerners that joined this protest, the Southerners in the North, the few of them, they are the Southerners in the North. If you want to know, go and research more. So an average Almajiri Fulani or Hausa man will not be here with us discussing Nigeria unity, Nigeria change, Nigeria this. Yeah. Forget about it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Olagoke.
You're welcome.
I love something Ibukun Soyoye wrote down here. He said, how can the international people help? That he really appreciates this program. And that is why I really want us to focus more on the solution. Akiola, how do you think we can help? What is the solution?
So, thank you. What I believe the solution is, to echo what Toles has said and what Nikki had mentioned earlier on as well, is we need a change of mindset. There's a saying that says that to change a nation, you first have to change the way the people think,
Think.
right? My brother Goketu has just mentioned something about Nigerians having the mindset of just accepting things that are
Bakam.
not normal. We normalize it, right? As
Mm-hmm.
Yoruba will say,
Mm,
"Akamu." No, and
mm.
that is the reason why this protest by this new set of people, this generation, is different from the protest that has happened in the past,
It's the
because
past.
our parents and the people before us are used to that mindset of let's just accept it. It's God's will.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
new people will not accept it. They
Odo.
do not they will not accept the status quo. If you tell them 10 plus 10 is 20, and if they go and realize that it's not 20, they will challenge you and
Yes.
tell you that no. So that is the mindset. So we need that mindset shift. That is where I believe that the solution will start from. And in doing that, like Nikki mentioned, NSAS is a chunk of a bigger problem. Once we end SARS, change the mindset of the police force, change the mindset of all the armed forces. Toles mentioned that if it's so bad that even a traffic warden will be assaulting innocent civilians on the road, all because they feel that they have power. So the
Mm,
mindset currently is once you're wearing that uniform, you are
mm,
better than the next person beside you, and you can assault him and nothing will happen. Let's change that mindset. We will need to start from there. Then when we finish from there, we'll start going visiting all the various parastatals one by one. It's gonna happen. It won't happen in one day. It won't happen in one protest.
mm,
NSAS is a chunk. It's just a small chunk. Finish
mhm.
that. Face PHCN. Face customs. Face basic healthcare. Face universal education. We face
Mhm.
all those parts. Now, for
Oh,
we
yeah,
to answer
yeah.
Ibukun's question now, for we in diaspora, honestly, there is little we can do. Well, I won't say little, but what we can do is to keep on relying on uh, uh, um on social media. Keep on relying on digital outlets. Spread the word. This issue would have been buried if not for the fact that there was one celebrity on ground, one person on ground that was live streaming live. They took she live streamed, and it is those streams that CNN showed. It is those streams that we saw on Sky News. It is those
Mm.
streams from her phone that was out there. So what we can do is let us continue to use our digital outlet. We can't be there physically, but there's a lot we can do. We live in a digital age. We need to raise our voices from the little corner that we are in wherever in the world, and use the digital media to spread our support, to let the government know that enough is enough, that it is goodbye to the status quo. Things must change. The mindset of the people must change. We need to change our mindset before we can actually change Nigeria.
Thank you. I love that piece that you've just ended with. Our mindset is really, really, really important that we need to change. Aki Soyoye, is that your name? Um, Aki Akiyele, yeah,
Okay.
that's your name, Akiyele. Right. The third thing that I wrote down here is we expect someone else to fix our problems, but not us. And somebody here, Abi Fash Oye, said it is a nonsense myth. Only God can save Nigeria is a myth. And I just want to ask, as a youth, how will the youth bring about change when we are always expecting someone else to fix our nation for us, someone else to fix our problems? And somebody is saying here that it is a myth that God will save Nigeria. And we always say, God bless Nigeria, God will save Nigeria, but it is a myth somebody is saying now. So how will the youth bring about that change? I want you to help us this afternoon, because from my research, youth don't vote. From my research, they do not vote. Can youth have like a policy or political party that can, bring about that change?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I'm going to begin by quoting this verse from the Bible, which says that if the foundation shall be destroyed, what shall deliver do? Now, to the best of my knowledge, personally, the question you're asking that what should the youth do? Now, as a Nigerian youth, I am 100% sure that there are other of my age range, my counterparts from the other part of Nigeria that don't see me as the same. So they don't see me as an equal citizen. They don't see me as equal in ideology and mentality. Why do I say this? This is the foundation. When the foundation of a country is based on false, is based on greed, and is based on lies, we will never see each other as one. Now, let's say Nigeria still exists today. We cannot solve a problem that we don't believe we exist in the first place. Now, if we talk about England, and English people see themselves as one, English elders see themselves as English elders, English youth see themselves as English youth. But in my country, Nigeria, an Hausa youth does not see himself as a Yoruba youth because tribe, your language, your ideology comes before what you call a country. So a country which the British came to create Nigeria out of thin air is based on lies in the first place. So if Nigeria still continue to exist, to the best of my own personal knowledge, I think we need database. Database in the form of now, if I run a red light in the UK, maybe in Southampton, I don't need the police to chase after me. The letter is going to come from DVLA to my postcode, to my address. But in my country, we don't have anything like that. A police can just shoot your son or your daughter by the main road while everyone is looking at him and go scot-free because he knows that there is no database in place for his action to be taken into record and for him to be punished for that act. So when there's no database, database need electricity to run.
Akiyele, thank you very much for that. I don't want us to keep pointing on the problems. I want to hear from you. What is it that you think that the youth can do, to solve this problem? What is the way forward? Because we've been pointing fingers all morning. And all on social media, people have just been saying, Lekki, this, that. We want to move from that. What will the youth do that will bring about change? That is the question.
So primarily, the question begs for an answer, which to me, we the youth should galvanize. First and foremost, see ourselves as one, see ourselves as equal citizens, and actually jettison the way our previous generation have accepted things that have happened. As my fellow colleagues will say here, that we accept things as it is. God knows about it. Well, God doesn't know about the darkness in Nigeria. We need to demand that there needs to be electricity 24 hours in this day and age. So when we can galvanize ourselves and organize and unite, because Yoruba will say, in unity there is strength. If I can go to Kano State and I'm welcome as an equal citizen, I see them as my brothers. So together we can demand for our rights from the government. So unity to me, if a house that is divided against itself can never stand. When Nigerians see themselves as one, that is the problem of the government in this protest, because they keep on asking, who are your leaders? We need to know them. Simple. We've seen this happen several times and over again. See it with NLC, see it with TUC, Trade Union Congress, when they are planning to go on strike or anything to fight for the rights of the people. The government just single the president of TUC and NLC and either bribe them or coerce them into submission. So we need to be united and not be faced with anything the government throws our way, because as Fela Anikulapo Kuti will say, if you talk your own, you will die. If you don't talk your own, you will still die. All die and I die. I'm sorry for speaking Pidgin, because I'm just extremely passionate about it. So
thank you.
I think it's unity. That's just the solution. If Nigeria will still exist after 2014, which is supposed to. I'm
Thank
not
you.
sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Akinyele. I do really appreciate that contribution. Thank you very much. You said my next point that I put down here, that we fight each other. So Akiola, how can youth, because I wanted to be focused more on youth now, how can they bridge that bridges that, the one that Akinyele mentioned, we fighting each other, and also young youth doesn't see himself as a southern youth. How can we bridge those bridges to have unity, to have love, to stop fighting each other?
Again, just like Akieli said, we need to stand together. We need to be united. In everything we do, we need to be united. I've lived in the north. I served in the north, and I worked in the north. In fact, I lived all my in the north for about 3-4 years after my youth service, right? And one thing I realized about them is that there's unity even amongst them. Even amongst the northerners, they are united, right? And all they just need, and I was saying this to someone before I came on the show, all they just need is one, a change of mindset. They need to see people that they can relate easily with. The reason why we see, I don't know who was it that mentioned it, that a typical Hausa man would vote the person because it's a Fulani or whatever. The reason why everyone is saying that is because we as human beings, we tend to relate more with people who look like us, right? So if we have the youths stand up together with one voice, get involved more in politics, because again, no one's going to fix this for us. We're going to fix it ourselves. The people who have been there before us have done nothing. They have failed us. They have looted and they've destroyed the country. That's fine. But we are, as the youth, as the upcoming generation now, we have to stand together. We have to unite as one, speak to ourselves, chase away the old and archaic mindset of our predecessors, right? Teach the youth the strengths in unity and the advantages of standing together as one. And how we can do that is for everybody to get involved in politics. Well, not everyone, but at least the youth. We should have more youth get involved in politics. We should have more youth being in places where they can make impacts. Stay there, make impact, and let there be accountability. Because again, if there's no accountability, we will end up in the same position that those before us has ended up in. That is my solution, and that is the way I see it.
Grateful that you mentioned that we needed to have youth on this platform, and thank you for joining us. I do really appreciate you. Right, Abby Fash Oye said something that I really love on this comment box. He said, we have our part to play, but we can't just drop everything on God. If my roof is leaking, I called a carpenter or whoever is skilled in the area to fix it. I don't call on God. The problem is not just about the government alone, but every one of us must be responsible and understand the importance of value system. We must have a good value system. I love that. I just feel like giving you a hug right now. That is very, very valid. And he went further to say the youth needs to be more involved in politics.
Yep.
Major, are you there, Adisa?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think the youth can come out now? I have heard before that somebody once said the youth are lazy. They are lazy in voting. Do you think, how can we get the youth to be more involved in not just in this protest, but to be involved when it's time to vote, for them to come out to vote?
Oh, thank you, my sister. Like Goki said earlier on, he said something like our generation, which we are of the mic generation, and the Soroke generation are more active, are more proactive because of the available resources with them this time around. One of the things I want to advise the youth is, first of all, trust in yourself. We have all emphasized on unity here today. the last time I was discussing with Toles that the NSAS project needs to have a leader, needs to have a set of leaders, because I can't board a plane with an automatic pilot thinking I'm going to be safe. There's no way you don't. Even the ants in the ant colony, they have a leader that leads them.
That's a different context.
And that was exactly after protesting for 1, 2, 3 days. I was already thinking this is going to go the other way, because people are going to hijack it. There are people protesting for Biafra before now. There are some protesting for Oduduwa Republic, and there's opposition party also. Everybody is looking for an opportunity to latch into the existing problem. So definitely, but if you have a leader, Fast said something on Instagram before the shooting last night. He said there's going to be a curfew, and everybody should go back home and start the fight on Twitter. After the curfew has lasted probably about 3, 4, 5 days, they will all resume. I mean, no celebrity was involved in the clash. Everybody knows that they need to go back, but individual cannot say anything because they don't have the authority to do that. So that's one of the ways. People say they can't trust. You need to trust. You need to have a leader, and you need to involve in politics. We can't be agitating that things should change in our different homes because we have Zoom and we have Instagram. It won't work. You have to be involved in politics. For the medium term step, which I think I might suggest, is that hold your councillor, your senator, your House of Rep responsible. I'm in the United Kingdom. I don't think I've longed to ask Boris Johnson anything before. I will need to first of all get to my local government, Manchester City Council, or call my MP or councillor. I mean, when you take it from there, if everybody knows they are right, that this person is close to you, like I think Nikki said something about grassroots. We need to first of all tackle our grassroots, involve in the politics of your in your community. Don't just say leave them to it. This is not the time for it. After this, I've already had this something called Beyond NSAS, like an hashtag. What do we need to do? We need to get ourselves involved in everything. The next election, you should go out the way they go out for Big Brother and collect mass voting card. And on the election day, before the election, they should have formed a formidable team of representative who is going to aspire for posts. That's like competition to the ruling class. They know that the youth are ready to tackle, to raise them. You can't take power by levity. They will give it to us. That kind of language in Nigeria is jagayaga. Nigeria is not jagayaga. This is my beloved country. If you are not taking part in politics, if you are not involved in any aspect of making the country great, then you shouldn't clamor for power. Then on a long term, and that's the politics. Then leadership. We should also culture ourselves on leadership. Thank God the celebrities and the so-called popular guys around, they went to this protest ground without a police or armed men to guide them. But on a ordinary day, ordinary Instagram celeb that has 1 million followers on Instagram will be calling for police to escort him to his fans' concerts. So it starts from discipline ourselves as the youth. What can we do without? How can we show the government that we are ready to take over and we're going to do it in a modernized way? Because if you call our present government the old cargos, then now how are the new ones doing it? I like the fact that when they protest, they clean after themselves. That is beautiful. And that was why I was so pained last night that when I saw the videos of the shooting, that wow, this has been going well. Why will you do this? Even though I'm a fan of the present government, but when you miss a particular opportunity to sell yourself, your image very well, then I need to speak out. I need to say something that the present government have not handled this crisis very well, and it's also like a common phenomenon with the black or African race. We don't manage crisis well. We manage crisis with ego. Where we are supposed to say sorry. A sorry can send a lot of anger into oblivion. I mean, just disappear. You don't know how the story went. But when you keep quiet, you keep mute, you are not talking, you are not speaking to the people that you feel. And I think one of the things you guys already mentioned is that some people in the north are united, some people in the south are a bit this. I mean, he might think that Lagos State, where this thing is happening, is just a minority to the people that voted me into power. I mean, I thought about that yesterday, that maybe that the government is thinking, okay, Lagos State and the East, I mean, they're not even strong in the people that voted us into power. But that's not leadership. Leadership is about concern even to a single soul. Like the Bible says, if a crusade is organized and it's only one soul that is saved, then the reason for that crusade is fulfilled. But when it's not happening and you see the soul of the life of innocent protester, not like something of magnitude to you, then I'm going to speak out. I'm going to say something that, no, you didn't do this well. You would have saved situation if you have communicated. So the youth should also continue in their dialogue, in their communication. Because if they are not been communicating before now, the world would not have seen what is happening in our country. And I'm of a belief that Nigeria is going to be great. And I want to encourage people to desist from calling Nigeria Jaga Jaga or Nigeria is a bad country. This is a country you are fighting for. You can't be costing the same country. Definitely, you are not one of the protesters. You're just follow member. I will use that word. So
thank you.
I think
thank you very much for saying that. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I love something that you said. I'll always, try to advocate for that whenever people say something negative, and not just about Nigeria. I always remind people that there is power in our tongue, and you can either use it for positive things or a negative thing. So whatsoever you want to see in the life of your child, in the life of your friend, in your ministry, in your business, those are the things you have to keep saying. And if you want to see good things come out of Nigeria, you have to say good things about Nigeria. Thank you very much for that, Major. Right, Tolles. We've been talking about this change. A lot of people talked about unity, love, having a representative, the youth getting involved in politics. Why do we resist change, Tolles? Why is it that it is so difficult for us to change our mindset, the way we do things? We just want to keep doing things the way we've been doing it. Can you please shed more light on that, Tolles?
Thank you very much, Sister Yinka. First of all, we have to identify the kind of change we actually requesting for. Secondly, we have to look at what is the new scope that we want to adopt. What is it that we have to change about our mindset? As I said earlier on, you cannot solve a problem that has not been holistically identified. That being said, you see, the issue we have is that we've not been able to see ourselves as a people first. We are unitedly divided in everything. We call ourselves a nation. There's nothing that makes us one nation. Now, when you talk about change, a lot of things have gone wrong. My friend Goke talked about the amalgamation. From 1915, Nigeria has been set on a course to fail. And a lot of us have started clamoring about the need for a restructuring even before now. And the people who actually should be responsible and be responsive to that quest have decided not to listen to us because of their selfish interest. Now, Adisa talked about leadership in this particular crusade by the youth to bring about the changes that they actually believe they need. Now, Adisa, you are in the student struggle. You know how it is. When you bring leadership into youth activism, you also encourage the leaders that we want to bring about the change, to corrupt those who we've mandated or delegated the responsibility to lead us. You can see what is happening in NANS today. You can see what is happening in Nigerian Youth Council today. You can even see the youth representative. We all knew how some people who are in the Senate started. We know how some people who are in the House of Representatives who are supposed to be youth started. We know those who are youth representative in the presidency, what they are doing now. So if we are talking about a leadership in this particular quest for end SARS, then you are asking for them to be infiltrated, polluted, and systematically destroyed. There is an invisible structure in place that is making everybody come together to act as one. And that invisible structure is the social media. If you want to go to point A and say blah, 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 it is there on the social media. Everybody that is going to participate in point A is synced to what we have agreed or what they have agreed to do. I am not one who will advocate at this stage for us to have a group of sycophants or a group of minions who will come and call themselves youth leaders, because they have always failed us. I will not subscribe to that as a person, because I know what it will lead to. If we are talking about people to be responsible for coordinating some particular things, yes, the science has given us a medium through which we can communicate. Mr. Adisa, I strongly disagree with the call for anybody to be vested the responsibility to lead this particular campaign, because we know how it will end.
Oh, yes.
Look at the young man leading the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum. I know him personally. He lived almost opposite me while we were growing up. Today he's a multi-billionaire because he was vested the responsibility to lead a particular group of people. Look, where did our gentleman today from the Niger Delta, where did he start from? He started as a leader of a people who wanted change, and today he's a millionaire because of their blood. The likes of the former governor of Edo State, who has been honorably disgraced. He was also vested with the responsibility to lead a group of people to quest for the needed change that we are talking about. He betrayed us, used our blood, our sweat to enrich himself. If we must say no, we must say no holistically. If we must say no, we must say no in its entirety. Leadership is one of our bane. And we must, as it is today, by God's grace, I was privileged to be among those who championed the recent Manchester and SARS protests. Yeah, but the truth of it is that a very young man among us brought the idea. A young man who thought that we needed to do this and invited us to it, and we all agreed that, if this thing must work, there should be no leaders. Now we've been having people wanting to consult with us, even from the government, even from the authority. And we are telling them that in this particular quest, we don't have leadership. If you want to speak to us all together.
All of us. Yes.
Now, that does not mean we all need to gather together for you to speak to. If you have anything you want us to hear, either write it to us. When we have that in writing, we put it to the house. Everybody decide on a way forward. Because if I'm made to be the leader of that group now, and I go somewhere and I compromise, how will you know?
Of course, you won't.
So the issues we've been having, Sister Inka, please, can I just round it up, please? Because this is quite important, imperative that I make this final point. You see, the issues we've been having from day one is because we have always looked up to somebody to take responsibility of something that we could all collectively take responsibility for, and that must stop.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I believe what you're saying. I want to understand what you're saying, but I also understand the angle, at the side it's coming from. We need, in a home, you have to have a leader. In any organization, you have to have a leader, you have to have a representative. You having a representative does not mean the representative will not do what you want. I believe, way forward, we have to take responsibilities. We all have to take responsibilities, and we have to have a leader. We have to rise up to our expectation and don't expect poverty as the norm. Enough is enough. Thinking being poor is okay, not having light is okay. No, we have to fix problems. We don't have to wait for anybody to fix our problems for us. We have to, as an individual, as collectively, we have to do this. We have to learn to support one another. Whether you are an Awusa, you are an Igbo man, you are a
That's
Yoruba
where the
man, we
orientation
need
comes
to
from.
support each other. We need to love each other. You are my brother. Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian or you are a human being and you have a voice. You are human that I need to love. I need to show love to. And when we start from there, that is us taking the responsibilities. And we need to accept change. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a new Nigeria. No, we can't. I don't know, maybe you've seen about this petition that has been going on. What do you have to say about this petition? We're rounding up now. I just want us to mention this one minute, each of you. What do you think about this petition? Do you think it's needed? Do you think it's going to bring about any change? Why do you think it's going on now? And so
You muted yourself.
You're on mute. You're on mute. We can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
So it's actually too late to say if it's necessary or not, because as this program is ongoing, my missus just showed me a live video of the Parliament of the United Kingdom deliberating on that petition already. So it's gone. The good thing is it's gone. It's gone. Permit me to deviate, please. I know our time is past gone, but Adeomi Adisa has rightly said that leadership is necessary. Toles has rightly said that leadership is not necessary at this moment. Not that this it's too early to ask for leadership of the NSAS protesters or
at this moment,
the group, the youth. Ake has rightly said that it's necessary. They both Akins anyway. They have actually said that it's necessary and rightful to form a group, form a political party, and get hold of the mantle of the nation, which is necessary. So everybody have actually said it well. Yeah, leadership is very, very key, but it's too early to demand for leadership of such group at the moment.
Thank you. Nika, what do you have to say? We're rounding up now.
What I want to say quickly is the fact that yes, leadership is needed. Yes, but we need to tackle our mentality, our state of mind. Our mentality first, work there. Rehabilitation, orientation, reorientation, bring us back as human beings. Let's stop living or surviving. Pardon my whatever. Trust me, when I'm doing stuff, I speak every language. You understand? So please, that Bakamu regime, leave that Bakamu and speak out. Say your mind. It's too early to have any leader. Forget it. As I speak to you now, they've just sent me a thing that what's his name? President has just come out. Woo! He would have come out since now. He needs reorientation, or they put them somewhere and do something.
Is it the United States?
Can you imagine? And it's coming out now. It's too late. What are you going to tell the other person, the other people, that they've killed their children? Was he sleeping before, or was it Bakamwi? No, what was he doing?
Thank you. Akiola, do you have
chip in? Yes, I just wanted to chip into this whole leadership discussion. Now, just like Tole said, there is an invisible structure. Emphasis on that word, invisible structure. Amongst the protesters, there are people there coordinating things. Now, there are people there that have the voice that people would listen to. So I won't say there is no leader. Amongst us, there is. But when we are facing the government, we are united to tell them we are leaderless. You want to speak to us, speak to all of us. You can't
You
speak
can't
to
divide
one
us.
person. That's the way most of all these other groups have been compromised. But in terms of the protest on ground, there are leaders there coordinating things. I mean, we saw how people, they raised over 70 million naira in
More than
less
that.
than a week. If
No, more than that.
over. And if there are situations, people come there. Oh, someone has been injured. So. Before you know, they've sent ambulance there. Oh, we need so here. The people there, people coordinating, have already sent it. This is the most coordinated group of protesters I have ever come across in my life. They were coordinated.
Yes.
They were structured.
Yes.
They listened to the people there,
Yes.
telling them things. So I won't say we don't have a leader. Amongst us, they are coordinators. But in facing the government, we decided as one that we are leaderless. You want to speak to us, come out, talk to all of us, not one person, not with no closed door meeting. You take people, instead of people into the government house, have meeting, and you come out and say, yeah, we just had a meeting with the leaders of the entities. No, it's not going to happen. So, and I think
thank you very much.
They saw this and they were scared.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Adisa, your final advice to people before we round up.
1 minute. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I understand everybody's angle as regard the leaderless stuff. Probably maybe is the reason why the NSAS is still working, and hopefully there will be no brutality more than what we've seen yesterday and before yesterday. Other thing I want to encourage our citizens, especially Nigerians, when things happen in Nigeria, we quickly write petition and start sending it to United Nations, start sending it to America, start sending it to United Kingdom. It's going to affect ordinary person in Nigeria, not the government. The government has the resources to do whatever they need to do. The only sanction you need to give them is that they can't travel over here to get treatment or whatever. This COVID season that, I mean, who is even trying to travel? So carrying ourselves from the colonial came to rule us then. Now when we have problem, we're going again back to meet them. I mean, they did march us together just to make troubles in the country, in our nation before. I mean, they marched both the North and the Southern Directorate together. That's what we're starting out now, that we're not supposed to be marched together as the Nigerian and stuff like that. But when we have problem, we're running again back to them. Look at what Trump did to protesters during the Black Lives Matter. He brought army out. Is it not the same thing that is happening in Nigeria now? So how would they solve our problem when they are also...
No, they didn't bring army out to shoot them.
The same thing applies to Obama 8 years of rule. He didn't stop black police killing blacks during his tenure, but he tried to do one or two things that he can do. So running to all these guys to sanction Nigeria, to sanction everything, is going to affect poor lives. If they sanction you from trading with other countries, I mean, the big guys who has the money have the resources to get it into the country. So let's manage our issues ourselves in ourselves. We know what is happening. We can't
chip in.
A foreigner to come and rule Nigeria. I have the floor. When you have the floor, you say this. So you can't bring a foreigner to come and rule Nigeria, and we can't take decision from foreign countries to come and rule our beloved nation. That is why we said we have brains and we need a reformation and we need orientation that we are enough to solve our problem. I can't call it my neighbor come and settle.
Your mic is off.
Yeah, it's like it's muted.
Your mic is off.
Is mine muted as well? Can you hear me?
Your mic is muted.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me. All right. Can I talk, Yinka?
No, you can't talk because our mic is off. Okay, it's on now.
Okay.
Abi Faj says something that I love here. Abi Faj said the change starts from us all. Even most of us living in the UK still need to have a change mindset. We love to blame others in our area of influence. We must change. If we don't have that change mindset, even if the opposition party attain power, without the change mindset, it will be the same. Let's imagine Buhari was voted in power due to his supposed integrity, but it lacks leadership skills, yet we voted in. We must be the change we want to see in the world. Thank you very much. I love that, and I believe we should just end it with that. And Yinka Tubat is answering our question that the reason leader, Aisha Yesufu, has been fronting the protest. So she's saying there is a leader.
That is not actually true. And
Even Aisha has denied it. She has denied being.
Sister Yinka, if you could just give me a minute to just read a particular quote I want the youth to have in their subconscious. Please.
Okay, just 1 minute, please. Just
a minute, yeah? It's a favorite quote that I've always used in most of my write-up. It goes source. Said the predictive ability of the world intellectual class is to study the past and the present in order to lay an empirical analysis on the future, which is one of the most imperative capability of intellectualism. Every generation relies on the ability of the youth to take over the leadership of their nations and develop it to a better and more conducive atmosphere. Nigerian youth, you started something good. You have looked at the past and you are in the present. Whatever you do today that you stand with and you believe in will determine what Nigeria is going to be tomorrow. So please do not allow yourself to be derailed. Do not allow yourself to be used. Never believe any leaderman or any master can come and tell you what you need to do to make your own destiny. Your destiny is in your hand. Hold it fast and run with it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, every one of you. I just want to say I do really appreciate your time. Called you and you answered to my call. I believe once you call God and He will answer you as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, thank you very much. I do really, really appreciate you. Thank you to my viewers. All of you, you've been awesome. Thank you for all your contribution. Please, I just have to say this, if God were to deal with the wicked, in Nigeria, a lot of people have been raising prayer points, have been, saying some curses, on the platform, social media, sending, recording, different things. I just want us to be careful, because if God were to deal with the wicked in Nigeria, we would be left with we will not be left with anything, because no miracle, no prayer, no leader can change Nigeria until we the people are ready to change. Every one of us, we need to change. I say we should stop pointing fingers and look inwards, because we are all guilty, every one of us. And until we see that we are all guilty and we need the change to start from you and I, we will see a better Nigeria. We will see change happening in Nigeria. Every one of us, including the artists, the actors, the actors, everybody. We need to change our mindset. Just like Abi Fash said, we need to change. There's some things that we've been doing and we've come to accept it as the norm, which is not right. We need to look inward. Every one of us, that change starts from us, and we will see a better Nigeria, because I know our government will listen to us and it will answer us on this NSAS, but it doesn't end there. We all have a part to play. And until we, all of us, you and I, change, take our own role, a change will happen. That is my closing for today. Please, don't let us be angry, because anger will just, solve things just on the surface. Let us think inward and look inward and try to have a dialogue and look at things from both parties, not just to be rational about things. And God will help us. I know somebody said we should not say God will help us, but I still believe we need God intervention. I believe we need God's direction. I believe we need God's wisdom to be able to have a better Nigeria. Let us take away bitterness, because when you are praying with a bitter heart, sometimes that prayer is channeled to one-sided, is not, rounded, it's not grounded. Let us take away bitterness and let us love Nigeria as a nation, as we love ourselves. And Until next week, when I will bring another informative and educative topic your way, I'll remain your host, Adeyinka Adeomi. Bye for now. I love you all.